Hello everyone, welcome back to Fableheim and Knock on the Coffin lid. We are just 2 weeks away from the game's full release, and I had the urge to try something. Very recently we investigated all 4 classes of Vanadis who received a major overhaul, and I am of the opinion that the Raven Sister is a little insane. And the main reason is the connection cannot be reduced in any way. If you can find a few very key cards, I have a feeling that she can break the ceiling of damage. And I'm going to give that a shot. In my first look at her, I played around with Frostbite. And I actually think Frostbite is kind of not great. It's not something I think you should focus by any stretch of the imagination. Should we go say hello to the champion? He has a unique item for a different character. Okay. We'll go say hello to the merchant. Maybe we can find an early Raven thing. But if you have not seen Vanadis before, or specifically this variant of Vanadis, she specializes... She's an archer who has a pet, and then for the Raven Sister it is the Raven, hence the name. And the Raven Sister specializes in applying Frostbite and burning, and you can kind of lean into one harder than the other if you want to. And the reason why I think Frostbite is kind of just okay is because once it reaches 10 stacks, it explodes and deals 20 damage. Which sounds all well and good. This could be fun. But it also removes itself. So if you are able to apply 10 or more Frostbite in a single go, which is very possible with this character, then those extra stacks are kind of just lost to the void. Okay. Typically, you want to be careful how the order you play cards in against Dowie, but this is fun. But for burning, that is not the case. You don't lose all of them. You just lose half at the start of the turn. So, I don't know if you can actually change that. You might be able to. But we also apply Frostbite when Ugin comes onto the field. Maybe I could have killed him? I could have. That's okay. Oh, he died anyway to Frostbite, of course. So aside from the fact that Frostbite, like, overkills, gain 1 gold for each 20 gold you have. Huh. If we can find... This might actually be insane. I haven't found a good way to build connection yet, which is unfortunate. But thankfully her default is actually pretty good compared to... Of course. Compared to a lot of characters. This is the Lucky Trader. It is a good thing to find the Lucky Trader because, well, he's lucky. The downside is that everything he sells is uber expensive, so you find him really early on in the run. Shucks. Is it even worth trying to investigate? I could get... No, I'd have to sell everything for this. Ugh. Bleed's not really what the Raven does, but... Well... I suppose we could try the Thundering Mountain. Although I'm heading towards the swamp, right? Ugh. This was an awful roll. What is the flip side of this? Ah, right, we need that. That is a key part of our stratagem. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna buy the armor. Wait. I can save the idol, right? Okay, we're gonna save the idol. Big whiff here. Unfortunate. Guess I'll buy a snowball. Maybe I'll have to throw it at something. Big whiff, but hey, is what it is. Tis what it is. I really don't want to play this until later, but... I was hoping that the debuffs would still go through the evasion, but that's okay. He evaded the attack, he evades the debuffs. No big deal. Gives block and barb to all allies. But one of the fun things about Hugin, in particular, is that he synergizes very well with the new mechanic of summoning him from the totem and then, you know, de-summoning him or letting him die. Whereas some of the characters don't. I should probably look into playing that card every time it draws. Especially if I upgrade it. I don't know, it might not be worth it. This is really hard to pull off later on. Right now it's not, it would be relatively okay, but this might be a skip. This could be alright as well. Mark a random card in hand upon playing it, clone all marked cards. I don't think I've ever tried this, but I'm going to try and keep the deck thin because I have a very specific thing in hand, or in mind I want to do. I'd gladly bow down to all the elven idols I meet along the way, but dwarves chop them down for some reason. Why are they doing this? Personally, I don't mind, but what's the point? After all, dwarves worship the primordial spirits too, and the spirits themselves do not care who makes the offerings at all. These powerful artifacts help anyone who is generous with offerings. If you destroy them, aren't dwarves afraid of angering their guardians? I decided to protect the idol in order to use it for its intended purpose. Back in my day, you could tear the idol down. I think you still can, but I just don't think Vonidus is into that. Well. We'll focus on Taunty play. Come, Hugin. Okay.
A breather never hurt anybody.
Did it? I'm pretty sure it's hurt quite a few people. I don't particularly care if Hugin... This is also very strong. The fact that Hugin's defensive card adds connection to Vonidus is kind of insane. And it's going to be even crazier if I find the thing I'm talking about.
This one is done.
This still has a Vonidus mark on it. Okay. But it was still played from the beast perspective. Okay. An elven idol allows you to make an offering to the primordial spirits. So we could get an item, which is the chest piece. Is that worth it? Probably not. We could get a card. It's a pretty good card, but I think we're going to focus on upgrading here. Because I want to upgrade these. Not those. These. To when I inflict burning per connection, and on the other side, if the card is drawn in hand, it will inflict burning per connection I have. We also want to upgrade the defensive cards as well, but all in due time. We can use Crush in the next zone. I decided to go straight through a ruined elven outpost and ran into a group of dwarves who were moving towards me. I had mere moments to decide whether to hide or to fight. We fight, which has a good karmic incident, but that's not important to us. We're on free mode. Okay. Does it matter how this is played? It does, unfortunately. Okay. Big burns. Do I want to take this damage? I do not. I'm not interested in it.
You didn't have to finish him off.
You're right, I didn't. Slowly. Gently. But that is just the beginning of what this build is designed to do. Just the beginning. I think I can kill this guy. Did that not do the bonus damage? Okay. Ow. Whenever you play 2 cards of Z-type in a row, they gain Fury, so that's why that guy was big mad. Well. Okay. Kaboom. And that was 22 burn, by the way, on the other guy. Not bad. I don't think I'm going to need this. And Ice Armor is really capped now because you can't have any more than 10. Like, the moment it reaches 10 Frostbite, it's removed, right? So you can only ever get 18 at most block from this. Now, of course, the flip side with Hugin, different story. I think that's a skip. Very unfortunate. Not a whole lot of luck. A mysterious stranger offered me a cursed sword as a present. Do you happen to have a cursed bow? I asked. The stranger didn't even crack a smile. The curse was clearly bothering him. Unfortunately, he did not have a cursed bow. Jokes aside, I'd take a bow. But a sword. Yeah, this is the cursed sword. It actually could play really well into where we're going, but I have to find more pieces of the set, and I'll be cursed along the way, and seems like a no. Well, a sword with the burden of a curse would only be a problem. Yes, indeed. Ah. An elven sniper cynically killed a prisoner right before my eyes. An ugly sight that perfectly shows the moral principles of our long-eared friends. Of course, the dwarves are this war themselves, but I don't feel sorry for them a bit. Their goal is to evict the elves, not to exterminate them. In this sense, dwarves are more humane. That's not a compliment. Wow, I've gotten 2 good karmic events. You'll only need 2 shots, huh? So because Hugin has so many summons, we can use him as a frontline boy. He has 5 summons. And I think you can get more, right? Possibly? I really want to throw these at the other guy, but... Two, 1. Shucks. It's okay. He's also nimble, so he won't be affected by when we summon our boy. Which we can do now. In a moment.
Study your enemies.
Wow, that's going to be perfect lethal from him. No, that's okay. Because we're safe. And at the end of the day, isn't that all that matters? Did I mess this up? I might have. 18. Oh, right. I'm like, wait a minute. Why didn't the frostbite go off? Because he's nimble. I just explained this. Okay. GG. I think that card isn't doing bonus damage for people that are burning. This is also incredible. The Will to Live. I have never seen this before. But it doesn't have a flip side, whereas this one does. We'll take it. And would you look at that? At the start of the turn, replace all enemies breach with frostbites. Interesting. Sure. We didn't find those boots last time. We have the practice target, so once we get to camp here, we could train to make the pet. I believe this is, what, +1 summon or inflict frostbite? but we don't want that. We want to use the target to train because we're going to be getting rid of the target in 1 second. I think we want to upgrade this. We're facing the assassin, so we'll upgrade this and cold heat. Maybe the upgrade to this will work. I'm not sure if I should report it because I'm not confident that it's not working. As far as I know, champions never fight ordinary opponents. Give these vain warriors a warlord or a chief at least. Why would he want me? Did the primordial spirits whisper to him that I was the one to decide the fate of the world? God, sound nice. Did the almighty spirit see me as a threat? That would be twice as nice. I love Vonatus. Yeah, this is why I wanted to upgrade these, because there's 2 enemies here. Which I totally remembered. Will this apply the debuff? Oh, interesting. So typically I ignore the Squire in his entirety. I don't even remember what the effects of killing him are. I don't. Okay. Look at all that beautiful block. The defensive cards for Hugin could be the best. Because see, we're still getting 2 connection here. Actually kind of insane. There is a Frostbite card I'd like to add to this type of deck. And it's called Ice Pick. Where basically I think it's a legendary card, but it removes the Frostbite of the target and freezes them for a turn. Which again, kind of plays into the whole, it's not a good idea to be able to deal so much damage that your Frostbite just goes over 10, because then you can't use that. I'll gather money, tell me I won't. It might be worth unsummoning Hugin here. Okay, this should deal 32 damage. Oh, I thought they're not stacking. Okay. Never mind, it is dealing correct damage. See, that's why I didn't report it, because I wasn't sure. I was not confident. We're going to unsummon here. To get more connection, and set him on fire, and now summon again. And see, they both got the Frostbite proc. So I'm not really sure what the solution to that is. I do feel like it's not great. But, it's better. I mean, the previous iteration of it was just too easy to, like, stun lock the final boss of the game. So I understand why it was changed. I do think it would be cool if you could accumulate it, like, stacking-wise, but then that'd be way too OP. Gotta get rid of that. So. Should I show you a fun trick? Kaboom! I'm actually gonna kill the Squire, wow. Unintentional. Yeah, I really love that interplay with, I guess you get Battle Lust, summoning and recalling. It's shown off remarkably well for the Raven Sister. Especially if I can get more of the Raven pieces. It'd be great. Because I believe, what is it? Will it show me? No. But, the 4 set, I think it is. Look at that burn.
Should start worrying.
Yep. We're starting to get out of control. 81 burning. First boss. This is everything I wanted it to be. Oh, hey, here it is. Okay, so this isn't a stun. Deal 10 damage, remove all the target's burning, gain 2 strength for each removed burning until the end of turn. Yeah. That'd be a truly heinous amount. But it's the vonative side of this. So deal 10 damage, remove all the target's frostbite, gain 2 connection for each removed frostbite. And we can stack it with things like this if we wanted to. On dealing health damage to the tank, gain 2 connection till the end of the turn. I've never actually tried this because it's so expensive to play. I think I'm going to try Ice Pick. I think this will be more reliable because we do have a few ways to randomly apply Frostbite. And worst case scenario just deals damage on itself. Well, this would have been an indicator for the strength. But we also have the Centenarian Raven Amulet. And I mentioned in the previous video for the Raven Vonatus, the best way I think to use this is to get it at the very first possible time, which is right now. This gives us 4 evasion. When in camp, gain an opportunity to collect embers. Embers are these cards. An opportunity, huh? But they deal damage and inflict the same amount of burning. So it's actually going to play into our build really well. Strength does not affect the damage, but each ember in the draw pile increases the damage by 4. So we are 1000% going to take this, equip it immediately. And we are also going to take the metal because this is absolutely insane. At the start of the battle, gain 10 gold for each battle won. Each one battle upgrades a random card in the deck. I forgot it worked that way. My goodness. Now, I do have to upgrade these now because it will randomly upgrade adaptive cards. So, we'll upgrade these to get it to burning like we want. And then we will let it just completely YOLO upgrade. Well, GG team. When I went north to find a new home in the Heathlands, one of my travel companions advised me to never enter the Rotten Bog under any circumstances. I took his advice and had to fight my way through the Crimson Steppes, and boy did I curse him. But now, when I know what unimaginable horror lies in the depths of the swamp, I am grateful for his advice. Are you? Is it time for blood for the Blood God? Oh, the Gone Astray is so hard. I don't know the way out of this. It's either Blood for the Blood God or double campfire in a chest. I think Vonatus has a unique action in the Gone Astray. Do we go Blood for the Blood God? What kind of question is that? Forever. So, this zone is infamous in that it's full of undead. When you attack an actual undead unit like this guy, there's a chance of adding a status card to the draw pile. And if he doesn't take damage, he doesn't get strength. It's the status card that's been historically a pain in the buttocks. But I think he's dead. There it is. There's another one. And he's dead! Congratulations!
What was he expecting?
All the things you wanted to upgrade. But there's also a special effect for the living. And that when they fall over, they come back from the dead. Unless you can break their armor and kill them again. Oh, hey, it's this thing. This is what I was talking about. Stun all enemies which have Frostbite, removing Frostbite. This card is unusable in a pure Frostbite build. Which is kind of a shame. This is actually an exceptionally good card if we were doing a more traditional build, but we're not, so we're going to take Shackles. Now I can imagine what the divine might itself looks like. I think I saw one of its offspring, and it spurred my imagination. 'Tis better to see such an abomination for yourself than keep guessing what it might look like. The abomination had laid disgusting eggs covered with slime and a throbbing from which smaller mites hatched. And no less disgusting, yuck. I shudder at the memories. I hope this sight will not come back to me in my nightmares. I can give my pet to the mite, which should 100% be an evil action. We're not going to do that because we rely on our pet in totality. I don't remember what it did originally, so I haven't the faintest idea of what it does now. Yikes. But I can only imagine it's not good. My guess, my running guess, is that it removes one summon of the pet and gives it a buff or something. Which wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but I need to win fights to get the medal to go off, so... here we are. I guess... I'm just gonna throw Hugin's life away. Sorry, bud. By the way, this is an exceptionally powerful feature. Well, an exceptionally powerful feature is... I'm gonna do it. Screw you guys. The fact that if you're being multi-hit, and the first hit comes at the pet, it'll eat all of the multi-hits. Kind of like what I'm about to do again. Sorry, Hugin. But my freezing plan didn't go quite as well.
He died on his own. It's not your fault.
Oh, does it just trigger frostbite now? That description's wrong then. That would make sense. Hugin's dead here, so I'm gonna switch him out. Yeah, that description is incorrect.
Let the whole world...
I'll test it again, but I'm pretty sure that it's wrong. It's based off of the old action. So I'm going to have to play this now because when I call Hugin, the frostbite's going to go away. So we'll grab a few. $62 burning. No big deal. Instant frostbite. And le GG. You love to see it. The build works. Okay, not the best card to upgrade, but whatever. Oh, hey. Remove burning from all enemies. The pet's next attack will deal an additional 2 burning for each removed burning. Huh. Attack is another card that doesn't really work anymore with the new system. Because to get... you can only apply strength to yourself, or if you have an event guy. Drawing is pretty good, team. I enjoy drawing cards. Wow, we are getting lucky. The Centenarian Raven Bow. Ignore Barbed. Increases the damage dealt by Vanitas and the pet's attack by 1 for each of the target's frostbite. Another feature that can be difficult to maintain if you are a full frostbite build. Deal 10 damage to the attacker and restore 5 health. Wow! What? Upon taking health damage, deal 10 damage to the attacker and restore 5 health. Ah. That seems incredible. But anyway, the medals are... the medal is for us. The question is... I think I'm going to upgrade this and Shackles. Because worst case scenario, right, this is still like 2 mana, 10 damage. 20 damage. It does say stun. Oh, Mandrake, hello. I actually don't think I need the Mandrake. Too harshly, but let's go ahead and equip the bow. This brings us to the 3-piece. So, upon calling off a pet, deal 1 damage to a random enemy for each connection. Which is going to be great. The unique card for this, the Cold Farewell, is not particularly impressive, but... alright. We move on. The Raven set grows. As I walked through an ancient, quiet cemetery, I spiritually connected with the time when people were buried here. Ordinary people. Bog dwellers didn't always used to pray to the might, drink ichor, and turn into groaning zombies. Their ancestors lived normal lives, died normal deaths, and their remains rested peacefully here, around me. And then the cemetery ghoul came out of a crypt and interrupted my philosophical musings, which was quite tactless of him. He did not let me finish my thought, you bastard. I might have actually should have gone to the other treasure chests.
Hunger gave the cowardly ghoul courage.
Shouldn't have. We're going to instantly open up with that. Man, look at all the hesitates that rolled into my deck. This zone can absolutely destroy anyone who's doing like a multi. This is unfortunate. Like a multi-hit build. It hurts the soul. Yikes. It's gonna eat this. Probably, arguably shouldn't have even played that. Thankfully, evasion's doing the work. But now the time has come. Come, Hugin. 20 block. 1 mana, 20 block. Could you imagine that card on Percival? I can't. Activate burning on all enemies. Click to burning per missing card in hand. Okay. Boom. Yeah. This is a pretty good build. Pretty good build. Did I have 2 of those? I have 3 of those. Oh! Oh! Right. The target's burning is less than 10, double it. This should be very good. I just remembered something. Yes, this card. This is the card of cards. Hey, look, the curse set. Look at that. We're gonna take the Goblin armor. It's very good. This thing. Each one battle upgrades a random card in the deck. I think it's adding random cards to the deck. I'll keep testing it because I most certainly do not want this. But we might need to debate cutting this. So this card, Strength and Connection, is ridiculous. Especially as the Raven Sister. If you play it as Vanitas, you deal damage, and you gain connection for each amount of health damage you dealt. So you deal 7, you gain 7 connection, which is a lot of connection to suddenly gain. The pet variant deals damage and additional damage per connection and then loses all connection. But we are the Raven Sister, which means we don't actually lose that connection. Now, it's a burn card if you don't upgrade it, which I think is how it's supposed to be balanced, because this can be absolutely insane. But if you upgrade it, it's no longer a burn card. And all of a sudden, well, things are a little out of control. Just a wee bit. I have 1 more of these. Definitely want to upgrade this, I think. Elixir of Purification. I don't remember having so many Kiss of Fires in my deck. But speaking of not remembering my deck, a Death Idol, ancient and moldy, that death trap was just the right place for it, should you make an offering to such dangerous and inconceivable forces. But what does death really mean to somebody who has mastered it? By sacrificing 70% of my life, I can gain a whole bunch of max life. And I'm even going to drink this potion. I don't have a whole lot of health regeneration right now, but I have a lot of ways to not take damage. And isn't that just the same thing? Hey, look! 12 connection. I'm sure you can see why this is about to get out of hand. If I flip this... Yep, okay. Now when he dies, he's going to drop a might, but... That's fine. Good. Good. Flip. 1, 2, 3. Set on fire. Behold. The power of the Raven Sister. Also, by unsummoning and resummoning, I can get rid of any debuffs. And of course, deal damage based on my connection. Oop. 52. Not bad. Not bad. Okay.
Did you decide to have a rest?
No, not really. Okay, I think maybe I was wrong about the medal. There was something that did that, or maybe I did it previously. Add 4 curses. No, I'm good. Reduce max health by 10 until the end of the game. I'm good. Was this really worth legendary cards? I don't think I'm going to take that. I could have had a 3-piece of the curse set. Which certainly would have been fun. Take the troll of the boots, but of course we are wearing the Raven boots, so... Uh-oh. An old ruined church towering over the trees in the swamp is a symbol of the power that the supreme gods have lost. A mysterious, ancient monster rose from the abyss and completely deprived them of power in this truly gods-forsaken place. Since then, the Rotten Bog has belonged to the Might, and the church, with all of its priests and parishioners, also belong only to the Mights. So this is a pretty neat elite battle, but the reason I said uh-oh is because this is where I encountered a pretty bad bug. We'll see if that has any relevance. I hope not. I have a lot of options. Shall we use this one? So I'm going to clone and draw Strength and Connection. Do I care about the lady in the back? Not really. Get 12 Connection. And then set this guy on Super Fire. And call Hugin to tank for me. Yep. Goodbye, Hugin. You were loved. So I need to find a way to put him on the floor and inflict burning. I think this is the best way to do it. I mean, I could also inflict frostbite. So if I flip...
His ordeal is over.
Then scatter. I do this. That should be death. Oh, it was blocked by the block. Oh, crap. Well, that's right. That's how that works. Would you look at that? Cut off the connection came in. So we can discipline. We can almost one-shot this guy. She's dead to burning. Okay.
Not a
GG.
chance.
GG. I think I need other shackles. Yeah, another frostbite thing. We don't really care about that. I mean, we could actually make use of this, but because we have the ice shatter thing, I don't think we want it. We could use the Vonatus variant of this to apply breach, which would then be removed by this. Increase the damage dealt by Vonatus. Oh no, not this. This. Replace all enemies breach with frostbite. It probably isn't worth it. It's a card taking up a slot. I think this is a skip. Okay. At the end of the turn, increase connection by 2 if the pet is on the battlefield. And we go up to the 4-piece, where if there are only attacks left in hand, inflict 8 burning per attack in hand on all enemies. There's also the Provoker's Mask, which is probably just the best mask in the game. But we're going for a theme here. Increase match would be by 200 at the start of the turn, game blights. Interesting, this wasn't a thing before. It was also part of the curse set, but it's not defiled. Huh. I mean, 200 HP is a lot. We're going to keep our metal. Quite a lot. It might be time to finally upgrade insatiability. Finally. More money. I like Ice Pick. Ice Pick has been fun. Sure, more immunity. Alright, Merchant. I got another lucky trader? Is that even possible? Is that even legal? I think I could have had a full curse set. Wait, was the might part of something else? Wasn't that a 6-piece? I already forgot. Well... Is there a card I want to remove? Drawing is fun, even though I don't use it very often. Maybe I'll remove this. Sure. I don't want to be in a situation where I go to the next zone and there's no merchant, because that can have terrible consequences depending on your luck, which hasn't been great. We could try for the Elven set. It's very unlikely we're going to find it. End of the turn, inflict 6 burning on all enemies as long as the character is burning. It might not be a bad idea to try and get the flaming set going, but the problem is it's a flaming item, so as soon as we pick this up, we're going to have a debuff. But we're going to the zone where we'll find them. I don't know, team. I think I'm just going to buy the Elven set, and if it comes down to it, we might be able to use it. I don't know. Been very unlucky with my lucky traders. Oh, I have to take an Ember. I have to sack one of these? That's fine. Because we've been upgrading through the metal, we can do whatever we want. The cult elder attacked me because he was afraid that I'd tell people about the cult's atrocities. I tried to explain to him that I had better things to do, and so did they, by the way, but to no avail. If 'twas up to me, I'd leave these strange folks alone, but their days are numbered anyway. Okay. Can you show me the next Raven piece so I can complete a set for the first time in a video ever?
He holds the real power over the cult in his hands.
Hey, look, my strength and connection isn't going to work. Very unfortunate. How did I apply 88 burning? Oh, something is broke with the 4-piece.
Decided to defend.
If there are only attacks left in hand, inflict 8 burning per attack in hand on all enemies. I'm sorry, did I say something wrong? I said something right. Oh, yeah. We're so in. Very unfortunate, this hand, but it's okay. That's alright. That is incredible. It's checked every single time you play a card. Huh. Interesting. Unfortunately, these very expensive skills we have that are conditional do kind of ruin this, but wow. I'm impressed. I'm in another situation where strengthening the connection just doesn't work. How unfortunate. And there's no frostbite for Icepick. I could put him on the floor, but I don't think I want to. Because then he's going to get back up immediately. Oh, like this.
If you couldn't finish it off, you have to start over.
Huh. Okay. Good draw. Let's go, burning! What a weird... This has been such a weird set bonus. Like, it's so good, and it also is questionable? But, I mean, that's a lot of burning. Also, I appreciate you hitting me only once, because my evasion is king. Well, did that in the wrong order. But, slowly... Gently. This is how a life is taken.
And that's how he died.
Did I summon Hugin once? I don't think I did. Double the target's burning. At the end of the target's turn, remove all of its burning. Meh. I know what you're thinking. It's a burn build, you should do Kindle. No. I think that'd be quite inefficient, actually. Crimson Amulet is very good. If you have the Crimson set. The Bone Bow is really good if you have strength scaling. Grimoire of the Might. At the start of a turn, restore 10 HP and burn all status cards in the deck. This is very good for... Actually, this is just pretty good. The metal has already done its job, right? Like, our entire deck is upgraded, basically. So let's take the Grimoire. Yeah, look, the entire deck is upgraded. What more could you want? What more? Oh, that's a new notification. Nice. All cards in deck are updated. What more could you ask for? The denizens of the bog are essentially unhappy people. The taint of the might had gradually changed them, and before they knew it, they turned into pathetic caricatures of themselves. They live like their fathers did. They worship the power that their grandfathers prayed to. I think they don't even suspect that the divine might is not a supreme god. Things that are obvious from the outside perspective can go completely unnoticed from the inside. Feel sorry for them. I would like to find a merchant. We have no merchants. Unless there's one here. I actually can't help the Fire Brother. I want to hit double campfire. And I want to hit this chest, so I guess we're going to stab a fire brother.
With good feeding, demons never stop growing.
Never, huh? This is very annoying, but I think man. Do I call in my boy Hugin just to eat all this? Suspicious. A suspiciously high amount of burning. Okay. Thank you, Hugin. Love you, bud. Appreciate you. Now, I do actually want Hugin to be alive. This sucks.
Blast it all.
Okay. I do want Hugin to be alive because we gain connection at the end of the turn.
You have one less enemy.
And, of course, if he's around, if we draw any of these, it'll immediately apply burn. But, hey. If I'd done this a little bit differently, it might have been a little more chill. Oh, he's dead anyway. Good. Okay. 126 block. Casually 126 block. No big deal. Ah. Okay. 216 block. This is one of the reasons why I think the Prince, the boar, could be insane if you get really lucky. Because the boar, I mean, the boar doesn't have a card like that, but he has barricades, so if you can find a way to generate a whole bunch of armor as that variant of Onidus, things could be spicy. That was absolute garbage. It seems the Inquilines are successfully fighting off the attack on the northern gate. A wounded warrior told me that things looked bleak. Black? I think it's supposed to be bleak. I'd always help a suffering human because we are kin, but I feel ambivalent about the Fire Brothers. Why do they keep attacking me? Or civilians? And they're going to kill everyone and turn the northern gate to ashes. Should I feel sorry for such people? On the other hand, if I'm to drive out the Inquilines, I cannot find better allies. Maybe I'll somehow manage to talk some sense into them. Oh, she can't kill him. Interesting. Is it just Bjorn, then, who can finish him off? Bjorn hates the Fire Brotherhood. I think I'm going to leave you to it. Good luck, gentlemen. I hope they kill each other. Yeah, have fun. Good luck. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Oh, Provoker's Mask. By the way, Provoker's Mask plus Strengthen the Connection. Kind of insane. The traveling merchant assured me that his potions were unrivaled anywhere in Midian. He was able to stroll calmly amongst the demons, and he wasn't afraid of the Fire Brothers either. All of this could serve as proof of his claim. Or maybe it was possible only because he was a demon himself, in disguise. Take his hat. I'm gonna take his hat. Unbelievable. To shatter the illusion, it's enough to act illogically. The Keeper of Illusions does not have time to readjust, and the glamour dissipates. Taking the hat off the merchant's head, I shattered the illusion and saw the demon hiding behind it. New lore has been dropped. Also, this is one of the fucking worst demons to face. Ah, this is really gonna suck. I just realized... I wish this was hyperbole. But I think I'm gonna die. I'll try my best. So the reason why this guy sucked is because of hallucination. At the start of the turn, he changes the cost of all cards in hand. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes your strength and connection becomes a 4 cost, but you still have to play it because that's a bunch of connection. And this is particularly painful on other characters. This is a good hand, though. Now let the burning commence. Oh, it's not going to work because he's nimble. Well, Shiza. But on Bjorn, it used to be... I don't know if he works this way still. It doesn't seem to be. But he would change the cost of cards in hand all at a time. It'd be 1, 2, 3. And when you're playing as Bjorn, the werewolf, who I haven't played in quite some time, actually. Poor best boy. When you're playing as Bjorn, you need to be able to expend certain values. I 100% meant to have enough mana to do this. Wow. In order to leave your cursed werewolf form. So the fact that he can make cards cost more than 5 to play 2 is really, really annoying. Is it time for a test? So, we're going to play Shackles of Ice. Stun all enemies which have Frostbite, removing the Frostbite. My hypothesis is that this is no longer a stun, because that's what it was originally. Oh. Well, shit. Doesn't work because he's nimble. But my hypothesis is now it just activates the Frostbite, which is 20 damage. I think I'm just going to pop Will to Live. The HP that you get back at the end of combat is percentage based, so we're safe to pop this. Excuse me? Oh, I get 2 immunity, that's right. Fair enough.
Living torch.
141 burn. Wow, the upgraded version of this is really good. And there it is again, look at that! Okay. Let's go. This is one of the worst demons to face. The greed could have given me a hard time with the amount of money I have, but I think we'll be fine. I think we're chilling. Wait a minute. Why am I still immune? Oh, there it goes. Was that 3 turns of immunity? I mean, I'm down. Wow. Good news, everyone. 90 armor. Perfectly blocking this damage. Well, not perfectly, but basically. Yep. Just casual 90 armor. I cannot believe this is 4 mana. You know, I probably shouldn't play that. If we're facing Greed Sigismund, I probably shouldn't play that. Who knows what Sigismund we're facing? I don't know. Hey, look, the Will to Live is back. But does it matter? It sure doesn't. Goodbye. He lived. I'm glad I summoned Hugin. I'm not sure how the calculations worked out that he lived, but that's okay. We'll crush him. Wow. Is this what I think it is? At the start of the turn, take 2 damage and inflict 8 burning on all enemies. I can actually overcome this. Because I kept the bomb boots. But I'm not gonna. Alright, we'll take the recovery. Oh, so if you reveal he's a demon, you don't get to choose his super potions? That sucks. That's some bullshit. Oh, hey, the Fire Brotherhood. What are you guys doing this far in? This doesn't make any sense. Also, I'm not at full health. Rip. I thought I would be. I was very convinced I would be. Anyway, I have 12 connection now. And my many evasions. Right, now I'm back to full health. Oh, I'm healing from the Grimoire. Oh, I could have overcome that with the Grimoire then. Should have taken it. Rip, I forgot about the Grimoire. It totally blanked. I kind of want to try this again. To see how... So I have 2 turns. Which should be this turn. And now this turn. And then we're done. These count as attacks. That's incredible. Yep. Yep. Burning's good. Burning is good, team. Okay. Yeah. Deal 2 damage for each card in the deck. Burn 5 cards in the deck. No, I'm good. I think I'm good, team. The pet variant of this returns card, random cards, but reduce the cost of cards in hand by 1 before play. Upon playing any card, deal 1 damage to Vondas. No, I'm good. We're chilling. Oh, hey, the Amulet of the Orcs. Not necessary for our build. And just like that, we make it down by the river. We make it down to Sigismund. It is not the greed variant, I'm pretty sure. We don't need this because we have the thing. I might just take the health potion. I'm really not worried. Unless something really bizarre happens, I have a feeling we're about to roll over Sigismund. I had no personal animosity towards Sigismund. We did not even know each other. Some think he's a crazy tyrant, others don't like his alliance with demons. More power to me. All of his opponents are my allies, who will help me strengthen my grip on the throne of the Northern Gate. For me, he is simply the last obstacle on my way. Nothing else. I was thinking about this earlier, and I think Vondas has the best story. Also, this thing having ward is hilarious. Because when I think about, like, the motivation for the characters, Percival's is one of inquiry. Can I get Hugin to tank this somehow? Percival's motivation is one of inquiry to, like, what happened. Hold on. Let me finish this. Let me think about this. So I want to play this. And now, every card I play should do burning. I think. Yes. Good. The fact that the Ember is an attack is very good for me. So Percival's interest in the story is all about personal inquiry, like what happened when he was dead, and what happened to his former master, and blah, 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 blah. Bjorn's motivation is entirely selfish. We'll play that, sure. Entirely and absolutely selfish. He wants to cleanse himself of the curse of Lycan. That's it. He doesn't care about anything else, really. Also, Sigismund. You okay, bud? I think I'm about to break this again. Unfortunately, this character's gonna die, but Vanadis is the one who, from the get-go, is like, yep, the throne is mine. I'm gonna break this. And it's gonna be glorious. Is it worth summoning Hugin? I don't think it is. So the way this is going to break is I'm going to kill Sigismund without... Hey, look, the will to live. Without him transitioning. And this used to be possible. But then it was fixed. Kind of. So we'll see if this still works out. I don't want to break his armor. We want to get his health down to 0. For the ultimate meme. There we go. The fact that Ember is an attack is amazing. Because it plays with the Force set. Well, the moment of reckoning has arrived. 159 burning. Will this completely brick the game? Nope. I'm sorry, Sigismund was a demon? I'm just here for a regular coup. No demon. Just goodbye, Sigismund. I didn't like you anymore. So yeah, my theory, Raven's sister, pretty bonkers. Kind of insane, especially when you actually find the pieces of the Raven set. This was so good. And it was so all of the pieces fell into play and I still didn't complete the set. There are only skills left in hand, inflict 2 frostbite per skill in hand on all enemies. The burning one I think is more impactful. What didn't I get? How to get the chest piece. 7 turn Vanadis and all allies gain 1 block for each connection. Well, that's insane. But that was the Raven sister, the Queen. Electric Boogaloo 2. I stand even firmer in my position that this is the best one. The strongest one. Of course, they're all very different, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses, but does this one have a weakness? I'm not sure. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the running it back down. Thank you to the patrons and the channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to stay up and have channel, feel free to join the description down below. The game fully releases on August 8th, and I'll be fully exploring and unraveling the story on a new save file at that time. Which is really why I wanted to come back before I lose my glorious progress. Have a good one. Bye.